Squad up. Shout out to the Bay Mama Tears Bounty Hunters. I'm your host, Mr. Palmer. And what we're going to talk about today is a brother who got his own YouTube page. I've been knowing him for a couple of years. I talked to him once or twice on email. I'm actually set up an interview with him and talk to him and maybe possibly have him on the show. He talks about the child support with the laws, certain keywords you got to look at, just like a Daniel Gaines or Noble, even OG, you know what I'm saying? Face Facts, and other brothers, my brother from Ohio, you know, that know about these laws and these keywords. He's been in this for some years. I'm gonna reach out to him. I gotta ask some questions. But this is right here what I'm talking about. When I tell y'all that these baby mama tears who's non-custodial parents that be on child support, 15% of women that's on child support, only half of them pays. They don't get the same penalties. They don't get penalized. They don't go to jail. They might get threatened and all that jive, depends, but they're not required to pay. It's designed to look out for women, not men. And this, he gonna talk about women don't have to pay child support. He's gonna talk about Holly Berry, who's paying $16,000, but now she's paying half. Wendy Williams, I did not know that he was asking for child support. I know he was asking for spousal support, her ex Kevin. But what his title says is Holly Berry and Wendy Williams cannot be forced or compelled to pay child support. Mothers don't pay. And we're going to talk about this because I know a lot of y'all, baby mama, are going to say it is women that pay child support. Yes, it is. But we finna talk about on the way it's designed from government daddy. So I want y'all to check this out. His name is tagged in the title. So y'all definitely subscribe to him because, like I said, he got knowledge too. I'm definitely gonna reach out to him. Good brother, and we're gonna definitely dissect this shit, and I'm gonna react to this. Let's go.
Welcome. In this session, we will explore when women or mothers are declared the non-custodial parent, whether or not they should be paying child support. You've heard in the news or in the tabloids that two very high-profile, beautiful women who are high-income, high earners who are complaining about paying excessive child support. So that led us to looking at Halle Berry and Wendy Williams. And there's news that says they want to reduce or challenge the excessive payment for child support. This issue also affects mothers, women in the military or high profile jobs that requires them to be the non-custodial parent while their husbands, the fathers of their child, take care of the children. So they also fall into this category. So based on our research, the quick answer is there's nothing in the statute that says mothers as a non-custodial parent should be forced or compelled to pay child support. So let's explore the research. So we will review this case law, Kathy and Douglas Hayfel, in the state of Minnesota that went to the Court of Appeals. We've said this on our channel, for men that are involved in the child support program, since it's affecting you 99% of the time, put a plan this year to escape the child support program. Hello, my name is Chris, and in this session, we will review our research whether or not mothers as non-custodial or obligors should pay child support. We have a section called Call to Action, where we give you the tips and the strategies to escape the child support program. And this is based on women who are paying child support. We also ask for your donations to keep us going, to keep our channel going. We are happy to bring you all this research, and in return, we're hoping you'll give us a small donation via Cash App or PayPal. We'll take any amount. We suggest a $25 gift, but any amount we'll take $5 from Cash App or PayPal. So in regards to Halle Berry, She was paying her ex husband, Gabriel, $16,000 per month child support. And it's been reported that she wanted this amount reduced as a result of the pandemic of COVID 19. Likewise, Wendy Williams also was reported in the tabloids and the news that she has concerns whether or not she should be paying her ex husband excessive child support and other payments. So these are two high profile women, along with all the other high profile women, where they find themselves as the non custodial parent in this environment. And the question is whether they can be compelled to pay child support. So let's start off with the statute for child support enforcement. Let's go back to the beginning. 45 CFR 264.30. And with the statute says that the state agencies must refer all appropriate individuals in the family of a child for whom paternity has not been established. And this is where the enforcement program begins. And we've said this on the channel. This refers to all men are enrolled in the child support program. Also, in a case law, Blessing versus Freestone, the 9 justices came back with that the child support program does not necessarily benefit the mother or the child, and that they are not entitled to any of the services. It's just coincidental that they're included in the program. So here's another area where mothers are not included in child support. It doesn't say whether she's custodial or non-custodial. It just clearly says they are not included within the child support program.
Now, you just heard what he said. Women are not included in the child support, but yet they sit back and say that it's for whoever the non-custodial parent is. No, this was designed to help the woman, not to go against the woman. And I want y'all to read this. That's why I paused it. I just want you to see. As best as we can tell, the requirement that a state operate its child support program in substantial compliance with Title 4D was not intended to benefit individual children and custodial parents. Therefore, it does not constitute a federal right. Ain't that a bitch? Yes, it is not an entitlement. The standard service is simply a yardstick for the secretary to measure the system-wide performance of a state's Title 4D program. Thus, the secretary must look to the um, aggregate services provided the state, not to whether the needs of any particular person have been satisfied. Blessings versus Freestone, 520 U.S. 329, 1997. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. That's why I say, man, y'all sit back and try to tell me that this system for whoever don't take care of their kids or whoever on child support, whoever the deadbeat and all that shit. Like I said, y'all motherfuckers don't know what the fuck you talking about. This right here, just off the law and the legit proof. But see, like I say, the majority is going to sit back and say, well, you're still deadbeat and all that's your fault, this, all that. But we talking about the truth. The system is not designed for the benefit of the child. It's about the most best fit, which is government daddy reaping the benefits of child support, that $51 billion business. Let's continue.
As they are not included within the child support program. So let's go to the definition here of maternity or motherhood. And I did this here just to show that the words are important. In the statute, it says paternity, meaning male or men, not maternity or motherhood.
And you know what? I never paid that no attention until I saw this. Acknowledgement of paternity, meaning that you the father. P means father. M means mother. Maternity, state of being a mother. A, motherhood. B, qualities of mother. Motherhood, woman who performed the role of bearing a child, children, which I understand. You know what they always say, mama's baby, daddy's maybe, because she's pregnant and all that, but they never say acknowledgement of maternity. So if the man trying to get custody or he got custody, Shouldn't she have to sign acknowledgement of maternity? But no, they're gonna do that. That's what I say. It's designed for acknowledgement of paternity. You wanna show that you the father, you sign that you acknowledge that you the father, so we get that child support. See, I wasn't thinking back then. I didn't know. If I'd have known what I know now, I wouldn't sign a motherfucker thing. When he just hey, it is what it is. It ain't finna go like that. This is why I want y'all who never went through this or who's going through this. Don't sign these papers. Don't sign what the fuck they say. They talking about putting you in jail. Well, put me in jail. I don't give a fuck. You don't set yourself up for failure. This is what happens when you have a lack of knowledge. And this is why we have to learn. We have to learn from others. We have to change the laws in our mind and learn that state, learn that city, learn what you're dealing with, because you don't want to go in there talking about being a bigger person, being a right guy, doing it the right way. You don't want to make it worse than it have to be. You have to be a bulldog. You have to be a scavenger. You have to be a soldier. You got to be kamikaze in this motherfucker. You have to keep them veins cold. And I'm just telling you, that right here, I never would have thought about that.
Now, in all 50 states, the Child Support Enforcement Program tracks what is called paternity acknowledgement. This is the form that fathers sign when they have a new child that is brought into this world. And the top 5 states are New Jersey, Texas, California, Florida, and Ohio. These are states that track this.
Look at that. Look at that. All 5 states. 2019 paternity acknowledgement. It's in all states, but look at this that he talking about. Can't make this shit up.
So let's look at this case law out of the state of Minnesota in the Court of Appeals. So obviously, through many court battles, they have brought this case to the Court of Appeals, where Kathy and Doug were fighting over a distribution that was made to Kathy in her family's S corporation, and whether or not any of that amount should be included within the child support calculation. Well, the justices came back with no, there are certain income distribution that are not included for calculation of child support, and therefore they reversed and remanded the program back to the lower court to do recalculation. So what we're talking about here is about $5 million. Obviously, that's, at the same level or similar level to both Wendy Williams and Halle Berry. And what it was is that Kathy received a distribution for this family business that they ran, and the husband and the child support enforcement made some of that payment as part of the child support program. Well, as I said, it was reversed and remanded for recalculation. But this also brings up another portion. We have said on this channel that if you're a 1099 worker or you run a business, you can escape the child support program because certain distributions or classification of distribution are not included in child support.
I want y'all to take heed of what he just said when it comes to this 1099. Like I told y'all before, you might can't get off child support, but there's ways around the motherfucker. 1099 and certain moves you do with the 1099, they can't touch that shit. They can't. And like I said, if I get enough funds and donations and everything, I would do a Patreon, and we could talk about that. But I'm not gonna talk about that around here. I got too many pocket watching bitch ass motherfuckers that's pocket watching me. And even though they supposed to be making their own transition, making their own money and degrees and everything else, they weren't about what the fuck this dumb nigga, broke nigga sleeping on the couch from Cottage Grove is doing. So like I said, when these motherfuckers be talking that shit, oh, I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna break you, I'm gonna get all the money, and I'm gonna take your wife shit and all that, you ain't getting shit. Whatever you get is what you get, because you would never, ever get nowhere near what a motherfucker have. Never. I would rather put my motherfucking money in a bum's account and take the risk of him taking my millions than you getting 0.1% of any of my shit. See, that's how I look at with these baby mama terrorists. And that's the mindset you gotta have too. You got your baby mama terrorists trying to set you up for failure and cause havoc and put you in harm's way and get the kids to hate you and all that shit. and try to shut you down and fuck your livelihood up, your health and everything else, motherfucker, you don't get him a dime. You get him what the state say and call it a day. You can work a full-time job with a career and have a LLC and have a 1099. Yeah, they can search your 1099, but it's a lot of shit they can't do with the motherfucker. They can go and search your social security and see you got money in your account or you got some loans or whatever the fuck. Okay, let them get that chump change. Let them get the extra $100, $200 in the blunt of mouth. But the big shit that you have, they won't be able to get. So, like I said, I told y'all before, you can't necessarily get rid of child support. Some do, doing them laws and go through the cracks and doing it full time and going from court. But while you trying to do that, there's some things you could do now. Change the laws in your mind, like I said. But let's continue.
If you disagree with this case law or you have other case laws to prove the opposite of what we have found in our research, please put a comment in. We'd be happy to answer them. We'll happy to provide the additional research that we have found that shows that women, as the non-custodial parent, are not compelled to pay child support. In addition, if you are the non-custodial parent, you can claim in any given year your child or children on your tax return or tax break. It's a video we called "The IRS Can Give You a Tax Break as a Non-Custodial Parent." Please review that video as well.
Now, I want y'all to take heed of what he just said. I said this a while back that you can get a tax break off child support under 1099. A lot of people say you can't do it. Yeah, on your personal, but you can do it from a 1099 perspective. Watch his video and see how. See, that's what I'm saying, fam. This is why it's important that we as men come together because we all have the same agenda. Even if the person you feel is an enemy of yours, but an enemy of an enemy is a friend. So even if you gotta be around this person temporarily, and then y'all go back to y'all issues afterwards, we got a bigger goal. We have a bigger adversary, the baby mama terrorists. And like I said, we definitely have to get ourselves in order. We definitely have to change the laws in our mind. We definitely have to teach this to others so they don't go through this. And if they do, they need to know certain things while going through this child's poor shit. That's why you don't worry about what these baby mama terrorists say, lie, tell everybody else, tell the kids. You can't worry about that because when it's all said and done, it's you. It's just you on your own, man. So watch his video. He said the title in the video. Watch that video and see about that. And like I said, if you work a career, I'm not saying quit your job so you can lower your child support and all that because child support ain't gonna go if you quit your job anyway. But start you a business. And you start your LLC, it's good for write-off purposes. It's good for a lot of things. We'll talk about that down the line. But see, you got these dumb motherfuckers with degrees that say you self-employed, you dumb, you broke. Because that's how dumb these dumb whores are. You living off a bitch. You running for child support. You sleep on the couch. Yeah, bitch. You actually thought that I wasn't doing nothing. These baby mama terrorists, especially ones on social media, actually talking about nigga ain't doing that. Even the motherfuckers I worked at account, them pussy ass motherfuckers said that, oh, he quit to live off somebody. Never was a Palmer name, live off somebody Palmer. That's not my forte. My mama taught me how to do for self. And my dad always told me to hold my own and God bless child has his own. I don't do those. So y'all want to listen to what a bitch say and shit like that? That's fine to Danny. But like I told you, you have to move. Y'all have to move. Fam, move in silence. Keep doing what you're doing. As long as they ain't breaking you, you live your life to the fullest and you know what you do. You don't worry about what a motherfucker believe, a kid or whoever the fuck. I ain't gonna say that it's not gonna be some hurtful things that happen, but you gotta keep them veins cold because you have to do what's best for you and yours. Because if not, you the one that's gonna be lower to total pole and getting yourself whacked out and on drugs, drunk, health problem, and everything else. I told you, been there, done that. So like I said, watch that video that he got, and he got a lot of game. I'm gonna talk to behind the scenes on some information. Maybe I can have him come on the show as well. He's a good brother and he means well. So let's continue.
Please review that video as well. So here we are at our call to action. In our research, and we highlighted this particular case between Kathy and Doug, that there's nothing in the statute that compels women to pay child support. Yes, are there a few women out there that pays child support? Yes, there is. However, if they choose not to pay child support, there's nothing in the statutes that compels them. So a woman is who does not like the child support program can actually file the necessary papers to opt out of the program because there's nothing there that holds them in the program.
Not only that, they just don't pay it, and that's just that. And ain't nothing they gonna do about it. And this right here is why men who got baby mama tears on child support that's not paying and they're not going to jail, they're not losing nothing because of this right here. So now you get to understand why she's not paying and she's not getting penalized. Now you can understand why when you try to take her to court, the judge say, you have to understand her situation. You need to have some compassion. I'm not going to do all that. You got the kid. What more do you want? See, it's designed to look out for these whores. You can't make this shit up. And these women with these businesses, same thing with the men with businesses. Depending on how you got it set up, they can't go on that shit. They might get a little something when you pay yourself, whatever you pay yourself, but this is why the rich stay rich. That's why they don't care about going through child support, alimony, and all that shit, because they're going to get theirs regardless. You know what I'm saying? You can't make this shit up.
In addition, we also show that if you run a business, same thing, you can opt out of the program. So this brings us to the...
Now, he said if you got a business, you can opt out the program. I'm definitely going to talk to him and ask him, like, opt out the program, like get rid of child support all the way. That's what it sounds like to me. That I'm going to have to talk to him about and see how it's possible we could talk about this. Now, I know about where you can eliminate a lot of the funds you got to pay, but I ain't know about opting out. We're going to talk about this. My boy, BMT Bounty Hunter sent this to me, and damn right I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to do more pre-recording because this need to be out here for stuff like this. I ain't going to lie to y'all. I need more support. I need more support. I need no more support because I'm in the trenches when it comes to baby mama terrorism. Motherfuckers trying to pocket watch and break me. So the more y'all support, the more I keep putting shit out there. It's definitely on the pre-recording and the lives. You know what I'm saying? Build this platform to be to the point where we doing talk shows on this or we doing public speaking. That's the goal. I'm not just going to be on just social media. You know what I'm talking about? I want this out here, spread it to the masses. People that don't have kids, people that do have kids, even women that support this so they can know how not to be a baby mama terrorist as well. Don't even have that mindset to convert for something that he did or didn't do. You know what I mean? Because y'all broke up, fair relationship. This shit is real. And please, email this brother if you got any comments or questions. Like and subscribe his YouTube channel because he definitely doing the Lord's work. He know the laws. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot about child support, but when it comes to these keywords and laws, I don't. That's why I got the Daniel Gaines. You got the Face Facts. You got my man from Cincinnati. You know, and people like Noble, even OG Speed. You know what I'm saying? We have to know the laws. We have to know what we're dealing with. We have to know if we get in this trenches or while we're in the trenches, this is what we need to recognize and do. This is what my passion is. It's in my blood. That's why I say my veins is cold, bitch. You ain't got shit on me. I'm like training there at the end, except I didn't get shot in my ass because I'm gonna shut this whole motherfucker down. Baby mama tears ain't got shit on me. So like a motherfucker want to think they doing something, you ain't doing a motherfucking thing but wasting your fucking money and pocket watching a little bit, but you don't know everything that's going on. I put that on my life, nigga. You don't know what the fuck going on. So yeah, please support this brother. I'm gonna definitely have him on a platform and we're gonna be cooking. But before I go, I want y'all to check this out as I let his last seconds of his talking points come to an end.
End of this presentation. Again, send us your comments. whether positive or negative, as to whether or not women should be paying child support. We also ask please subscribe to our channel as well as hit the notification bell. And we are asking for a donation to help us with our research, help us bring you these stories. And thank you.
Yes, sir. But the last thing I want to put up here, the last one thing I want to put up here. Now, say for instance, you say he don't know what he talking about, he lying, blah blah blah. Not saying y'all do, but I'm just gonna say you're gonna have some sideline baby mama terrorists, simp enforcers talk about, oh, he don't know what he talking about. I'm gonna go back to 2014. If you Google this, you'll see a whole bunch of statistics and interviews about this, that moms can be deadbeats too. And like I told you, the definition of a deadbeat ain't what they say, but since society uses it, that's what the title is. Even though more men are on child support and not extort a parent, guess who do not pay child support? Is it a man or the woman? Let's find out. See, this is what I want y'all to know. When it comes to the 15% of women who do not pay their child support, well, let me change that. The 15% of women that's supposed to pay their child support, they do not pay their child support, compared to the 85% of men who do pay their child, that's on child support, that don't pay. These motherfucking baby mama terrorists who on child support outdo the men of the 85% that don't pay their child support. Meaning that the 15% of mothers are more deadbeats than the fathers that's in the 85%. I shit you not. Now check this out. I'm gonna read this shit. Moms can be deadbeats too. This is from Divorce Source News and Information. I searched this a while back, and you go to the CDC and all this shit. But this was more interesting and simple for y'all to understand. Everyone knows about fathers who fall behind on child support. People call them deadbeats. Yeah, like I said, that ain't the definition of a deadbeat, but that's what they call them. Deadbeat moms may escape the public eye, but they do exist. They exist more than deadbeat men. But y'all sit back and say that fathers are worse than mothers when the statistic will tell you that a father's a better parent than a motherfucking mother. Now, even though mothers are more constantly awarded custody of children by the courts, I wonder why is that? The percent of deadbeat moms is actually higher than that of dads. One set of census figures shows only 57% of moms required to pay child support. 385,000 women out of the 674,000 give up some or all of the money they owe, leaving that leaves some of 289,000 deadbeat mothers out there. This compared with 68% of dads who pay up, according to the figures. So out of 85% of men that's on child support, 68% of the men pay child support. So me being a dumb nigga off Cottage Grove, let me calculate that. 85 take away 68. So that means out of the 85% of men that's on child support, 68% pays. So that leaves 17% of the men who don't pay. So what did I tell y'all before, y'all? And I was just talking about under black men, 15 to 20% of black men, don't take care of their kids. This is talk about men as a whole, black, white, Hispanic, Indian, it doesn't make a difference, right? 17% of men are the so-called deadbeats that don't take care of their kids financially because they don't give a fuck about the physical. They just care about the financial. But y'all should back call men deadbeats that don't take care of their kids when it's 17% compared to these baby mama terrorists. It's 15% of women who are on child support and only 57% of the women who pay their child support. Didn't I tell y'all that only half pay their child support? So I was wrong by 7%. See, like I tell y'all men, don't fall for the society okie doke when they say men don't want to be fathers, men don't want to take care of their kids, men are the true deadbeats or the face of the deadbeat. They're a motherfucking lie. These women are deadbeats. They love welfare, Section 8, link card. They want the father out the picture. These Karens are the worst, and these queens come second, all that shit. These foreign baby mama terrorists, they do this because the courts allow it. The laws allow it. It's in the law books designed for these motherfuckers not to even be on child support. They could walk away from this shit. They will get no penalty. They will not go through the repercussions that men go through, lose their license, lose their hunting license, lose their livelihood, lose their CDLs and every motherfucking thing else. But you got the nerve to ask me why the fuck I'm putting out content like this saying that, oh, you want to look out for deadbeats. Nah, bitch, I want to get rid of deadbeats, which is these baby mama terrorist whores. Now let me finish and continue. Some mothers who don't have the kids simply can't afford to pay child support since they are poor, said Geraldine Jensen, president of the Association for Children for Enforcement of Support. So they get pity because they poor. So they shouldn't have to pay child support. When the man broke, poor, and everything, the best thing he could do is commit suicide in this motherfucker. Study shows the average income for non-custodial moms is only $15,000 a year, whereas non-custodial dads average about $40,000 a year. But yet you give custody to the bitch that's worth $15,000 a motherfucking year. This is about women as a whole, not black women. This is about women as a whole. So this is why y'all men need to recognize that they don't want you to be a custodial parent because you 9 times out of 10 is the breadwinner. That's why I say these bitches talking about they got their degrees and all this shit. They want you, men, to be on that child support because it's designed that way. It's blueprinted that way. The average man, non-custodial, average $40,000 a year compared to the non-custodial is $15,000 a year. I shit you not. You can't make this shit up. This is why I tell y'all, man, even the baby mama test that make 6 figures and make more than you, they would rather put you on child support and you only make $15,000 a year or 30 or 40 because it's designed to put you on child support, not them. Some slip through the cracks and they end up paying child support, whether they chose to or they was forced to or they fucked up. Yes. But for the most part, they want you on child support. So this is why, even though she make $200,000, they want your money because that's in the books. Let's continue. Men also pay much more in child support. Census Bureau statistics show fathers pay an average of $3,000 to custodial moms in 1997. Women pay little over half that. Moreover, custodial mothers also get about 60% of what they're owed. Custodial fathers only get 48%. I wonder why. Not only do fathers pay more when they don't have custody, but they work more than moms who have custody. While only 7% of non-custodial moms work more than 44 hours a week, 7% only work more than 44 hours a week because most of them don't have a job. 24.5% of single custodial dads work more than 44 hours. And only about half as many as custodial dads get government help from their moms. That's what I'm saying. It's not designed for men to get any of that shit. Men do child support tired of deadbeat moms who can't pay the money. But the problem of the deadbeat dads dwarfs deadbeat moms. Many more men than women have to pay child support, making the overall number of deadbeat dads much greater. That's why I say you can't fall for this okie-doke ass shit. The numbers show 4.3 million mothers out of 6.3 million who are supposed to receive child support actually get it. That leaves an alarming figure about the 2 million deadbeat dads, putting them more in the media spotlight than deadbeat moms. See, that's what I'm saying. They're going off the number, not the percentage. For example, let's talk about the black community. We already know that white people are on link card more than black people. Millions and millions of white folks on public assistance, welfare link, and everything else. But when you look at the black community, we on it at a higher rate. Same thing as this child support shit. A higher rate that these deadbeat moms do not pay their child support. So even though they say 2 million so-called dads are deadbeat, they looking at the amount saying, oh, that's why they're more deadbeats than mothers. But actuality, 51 or 52% of deadbeat moms do not pay their child support. That's over half. That's a problem. And it's less of them on child support. That's a problem. Even in the black community, More white people are on link, but at a high rate, black community is on welfare. That's not a good look. So yeah, when people try to say, well, white people on it more than we are, well, it's more white people on here than it's us. It's 13% of the population and 80%. I'm just hypothetically speaking, but it's over half. It's 80% of blacks that's on welfare. And most of them are baby mama terrorists, queens. So like I said, society know what they do. They know how they play this game. They know how they want you to think. And this is why I tell y'all men, stop falling for the okie doke and do research. This is why I say we got to come together. This is why we got to come build a brotherhood. This is why we got to change the laws in our mind. And also, not only that, when it comes to change the laws in your mind, as you see, the non-custodial mother averages $15,000 and he averaged 40. We have to step our game up and have a higher standard. We don't want no woman making $15,000. We want a woman that's making what we make or something close. You don't want to deal with nobody that's making $10,000 in a blunt mouth. You worth $100,000. Look at Flight React. He worth millions. And this dude got with somebody and got pregnant. He knocked up a motherfucker that made no money. So guess what? Who gonna reap the benefits? She will. She not obligated to be on no child support, and they is designed to give her custody, and it's designed to take your motherfucking money. And that's what I'm saying. We have to change the laws in our mind and really take heed to the shit that we see, we post, I discuss, I put out there, and others as well, because it's not designed to help you men. It's designed to set you up for failure. It's designed to keep you in a hole, pay that child's support, struggle, get sick, die young, and all that shit. This is why I tell y'all motherfuckers, keep your veins cold. And if it come to a point when you're dealing with a baby mama Ted that's causing havoc, you wash your motherfucking hands and move on. When a bitch want to take you back to court and try to pocket watch you, it's just part of the story, part of the agenda. You already know. You never assume that, oh, she would never go this far, because the baby mama Teds will go far to the promised land to try to set you up for failure. Either she in a relationship or non-relationship, she get married or don't get married, she got degrees, she got a little notoriety, she got a rank and all that shit. Nah, because she's bitter, miserable, mad at her life, still fat as fuck, still struggling, working 2 and 3 jobs, but calling you a deadbeat. That's why I told y'all you can't entertain no baby mama terrorists. So like I said, man, y'all take heed to this shit. Shout out to my boy Chris H. Please subscribe to him. I'm gonna talk to him, especially when he says something about that 1099 where you can opt out of child support, because that's definitely something I need to know, because my job is to sit on the couch, and I definitely want to opt out of that. So y'all please definitely donate to the Cash App. Please like a comment. Tell me what your thoughts is. Did y'all know this? Is y'all new to this? Is y'all surprised? Did y'all realize maybe that's what it was, but now I see the light? Was you in denial, and now you see it for what it really is? Please tell me. Like, dislike, disagree or not, we're gonna definitely cook and definitely expose these baby mama terrorists and this unjust ass government daddy system as it is. I'm Mr. Palmer, and this conversation over. Fuck child support.
Can't see my kids, so I